Hey, what is up, everybody? Dude, we have the HTC One M7 in the house, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. Let me go ahead and turn the brightness down real quick. I don't want you guys getting blind. And I've realized, like, the more I do videos, the worse my English gets. Like, I don't really get it. But the HTC One M7 came out in 2013, so it's almost 5 years old now, which is crazy. The main thing I like about this phone is definitely the build quality. The build quality is amazing, even though it's still, like, not the best feeling phone. It definitely feels a lot more premium than some of the devices that are being released this year. And especially around this time, you have to think 2013, that's when even the Galaxies were built out of plastic, and even the Galaxy Notes and all those other phones. This was definitely HTC really stepped up their game when they built this. On the front, we have a 4.7-inch IPS panel. It's 1080p, so it's not that bad. There's a 2.1 megapixel camera up front. There's a 4 megapixel camera on the back, which is probably the worst part about this phone. A lot of people have complained about it. It was supposed to be like ultra pixel or whatever, and honestly, it doesn't seem that bad, but I can't see why a lot of people are complaining about it. You also have front-facing speakers. Now, these are boom sound, which is insane. I love front-facing speakers. The iPhone 7 and above, they pretty much do have front-facing speakers, but it's not quite like these ones are. Even though they're a little bit older, these are still really good speakers. Now, turning it on, we have Android Lollipop, and honestly, like, the whole layout and everything, I'm not a fan of the HTC's UI, which is the Sense layout. I'm not a really huge fan of that. I don't really like it at all. I haven't played with the M10 or anything, so I don't really know how they've updated it, but I can tell you that from first glance, like, I just am not a fan of it at all. And overall, the way I can explain this is, like, this is the most normal experience I've ever had with a phone. Like, it's not slow, and it's not fast either, but it's like such an old device, so you have to give it the benefit of the doubt, but it's just so weird. I just noticed it does have Beats Audio as well. I don't know if that really incorporates anything. A lot of people have beef with Beats, but me, not really. Man, why do I try so hard, guys? Like, seriously, like, sometimes I wonder, like, if I wasn't me, like, would I still try hard? You guys have to let me know, Now, performance-wise, it has a quad-core processor clocked in at 1.7 gigahertz. It also has 2 gigabytes of RAM and an Adreno 320 GPU. Now, the 2 gigs of RAM, I actually kind of future-proofed it a little bit, not really. Like I said, dude, it doesn't seem slow. When I'm scrolling through the just the overall phone, sometimes you can kind of get that idea that, okay, this phone is actually very, very slow. But from me playing with it and everything, I don't remember what phone it was, but I just reviewed it not like 2 months ago or something, and I was like, dude, this phone's the UI and everything is so slow. Like, I'm surprised people even still use this thing. But this one is, like, not bad at all. It isn't flying in performance or anything. It's not amazing. I would rate overall performance probably like a 6.3 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10. But it just kind of show you, like, HTC kind of had their game on point. And dude, let me just show you, like, on the back, just look how nice this thing looks. Like, seriously, I wouldn't say they necessarily gone downhill, but dude, you can just see, like, this is, I mean, it feels premium too. It doesn't just look premium. Like, I don't know if that's aluminum or metal or what, but dude, that feels really nice. Now, one thing that kind of sucks is gaming. Now, the one thing, it doesn't suck, gaming overall isn't that bad, but when you get to a heavier game, so like Real Racing 3, for example, sometimes you can't even download them, which kind of doesn't make any sense. But a game like Real Racing 3, I tested on all my devices, but I wasn't able to test it on here because it's not supported, which kind of makes me wonder, this is still running Android Lollipop, and I'm pretty sure I got it running on a couple other devices that was running Lollipop as well, but this is on Android 5.0.2, so maybe that has something to do with it. But that is kind of weird that is the case. But, regular games, Pew Pew Temple Run, all those games run perfectly fine. I'll be shocked if there's even glitched frames. Maybe there's some if you're, upgrading your ship or something, but other than that, there's really not too much to complain gaming-wise, if you can even get the game on your phone. Now, one thing I don't like about this phone is the HTC logo right there. I used to like it actually, but now I actually don't at all, because it kind of throws off, because I'm so used to hitting this button right here, to go home on my iPhone 7 and Galaxies and all that. Now, I do understand this phone came out in 2013, so, I have to give it, some benefit of the doubt, but it did just kind of throw it off, like, oh, here's the home button, but no, it's right here. And in order to get to multitasking, you have to double click that, and then you get into multitasking, so it's kind of weird. I'm not complaining that much though. This last part is battery life. Battery life sucks on this thing. Now, when it came out, I'm sure it didn't suck, but because the battery probably deteriorated a lot on this in the last 5 years, I think that's why it sucks. But not only does it suck when you're actually using it, but charging it takes forever, and I'm not even sure why. Like, it shouldn't take this long to charge. Like, it took me like 30 minutes to get to like 15%, which is kind of weird. Like, people get to like, with like 5 minutes of charging, it can store like half your battery life now. So not really too sure what's going on there, but again, this phone came out in 2013, so you can't really complain that much. So is the HTC One M7 still worth it in 2018? I'm just gonna go ahead and say, guys, no, this phone is not worth it in 2018. I will preface that by saying If you need a phone for your young daughter or son or your dog or whatever, then go ahead and throw this at them. I'm sure they'll be fine using it. But if you have a job or you're a college student or you need something more reliable than the average person, then you probably should look elsewhere. There's a lot of budget phones nowadays from like the $100, $200 range, even from like the $50 to $100 range that actually do you a lot better than this phone. This specific phone cost me $40. So it's kind of a lot if you think about it. It's not a horrible phone at all. It looks very premium. It feels very premium, but it's out of updates. It's not getting any more updates. The cameras aren't necessarily good. You could ROM it technically, but I mean, even then it's still, I don't know if you are able to. Like I said, there's tons of cheaper phones now that it would make no sense to even get this. I am dropping an HTC One M8 video tomorrow and talking about how that runs in 2018. So stay tuned for that. Maybe you'd want to update there. So check out that video when that comes out. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave that down in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button. I'm starting up another giveaway in like a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be hyped up. I'm still working out the giveaway with a couple other companies. So I'm just waiting until they respond back. It's not like I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for them. Make sure you visit flawlessphone.com if you do plan on updating your phone. That is my own project. Basically, I upload the best prices for iPhones, Galaxies, Apple Watches, gaming systems, tablets, all that stuff. And if you're a fan of this content, go ahead and go over there and support me by going there and checking it out. I try to update it as much as possible, but right now it looks beautiful. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys, and I hope I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.